in these marriages now, how do they find that those spots where they can live happily ever after?
Like locations?
No, not locations. What do they do
Togetherness,
to
like how to
maintain
again
the marriage?
I will probably lean into what she said.
Okay.
If you get married early enough, I'm not saying I'm an advocate for that, but if you get married early enough and you do the discovery together, again, it comes down to the two of you. If you do the discovering each other together, you find out, these things work. That is a happily ever after, because it's an unending journey of understanding and knowing. But if you get in with extreme exposure, because again, that's the trap. We feel like, let's be sure that this is what we have. We've tried all
I still stand on the fact that
then there will be a place of comparison. Satisfaction will never be reached.
For me, I still stand on the fact that 28 to 32 is the best because at that point, like I said, you've discovered yourself. Both of you have built your career to a particular extent. Like all you both need to do.
So how about those that don't discover themselves?
When a person
and then they are married.
That age, from that age range.
Then it's the person's fault. Then the person is not ready for marriage. The person is not ready for marriage.
So when a 28 years old person cannot discover his or herself at that age, and you have a 20-year-old or a 21-year-old who seems to have focus.
But from what you said they get to discover themselves together when they are in the marriage.
That is the happily ever after.
For me, it's not. It's not, because people tend to change. People tend to change over time.
They could change together. They could wait and mature and still enter and still change.
A 28-year-old,
and then they are not compatible.
A 28-year-old who doesn't know her, knows what she wants, can actually get married to, let us see how it goes.
Cases of that are very
later change.
Cases of that are very, very slim, because like you said, in this part of the world, our parents start training the girl like by 4, you already taught how to cook, you already taught how to sit down, how to dress, how to behave in front of men to get married. Okay, I think now, for me, that is why we have more cases of older ladies that are not married, and then we have more of single men, because our parents neglected the boy child. Theirs was just education and school, and then they were just training the girls, dress properly, behave like this. Do you know that
it didn't just start happening now?
Do you know that there is still more disadvantage for a lady that is 28 going downwards, like going upward, in the sense that she already has a picture of everything that she wants, like in a man.
Yeah.
So there are times that she might not meet someone or choose a partner so quickly.
She mustn't get married.
That broad.
Oh, so when you exceed
broad view,
you don't have
at
to
that point, she becomes selective in choosing.
There's something I've observed with ladies from 28. They are the ones that easily criticize men. They will say that this one is too short.
They become very selective.
Like, and I'm not even very choosy.
And I'm not even saying
because of exposure.
You understand? Because of exposure. Because of readiness. You understand?
It's about what I want.
So that's what I'm saying. A younger lady that is lesser than that can actually also know what she wants, and she can be ready for marriage.
In very, very few cases.
I'm just having an issue with you sticking to 28
to 32.
I've given my reasons and I'm still sticking to it. 28 to 32.
Well, have you ever heard of full at 40?
No. So wait, if we're agreeing to your 28 to 32, where do they find happily ever after? Don't forget, before you answer, as at 28, maybe in school, the lady and the guy, they've dated other people, and then they meet this other person and they decide, hey, I want to be with you. And there's a room for comparison. I promise you. They might not tell you, but there's a day he's lying down, he's like, this other one, there's a way that she used to cook this thing. There's a way she used to talk to me when she's angry. Because everybody leaves an imprint on you, right? Whether it works, whether it doesn't work. So are you ever going to find happily ever after?
Yes,
when you're open to a chance of somebody sending you a random
down.
message?
It's not in all situations. In 95% of the cases, these people, their marriages actually last. Let me tell you why. That's because from 28 to 32, like I said, you have your career, like you're stable financially. You're stable.
You're assuming
now
all
they
things
both
go
of
well.
That's a problem.
They both of you, even if you're not financially stable, the both of you know what you're working towards, and then you get to travel the world together. You get to put everything on the table and say, these are the number of children I want to have and everything. But when you're discovering yourself, okay, fine, you're 20 and you're discovering yourself, and then she tells you, I do not want to have children. And he says, I want to have children.
You have a 28-year-old who doesn't want to have kids.
That's what I'm saying. Before they get into the marriage at that age, they get to put everything on the table because they are already mature.
You know something.
They're already mature. They already know what they want.
I can say it goes like this. Like, you have younger ones and you have 28-year-olds who are...
And there's something I discovered.
The advantage is more on the older person, 28 to 32. The advantage is more on the younger...
All right, Vicky, have you noticed that ladies are the process of waiting to be ready? That is the time where we tend to taste varieties. You understand? No, I know what I'm saying.
Men
it's not funny.
Varieties even when they are married.
See, so you get
women don't.
the guy that has stayed long in
the percentage is more on the men's
side. You understand? You want to prepare himself very well.
So somebody that is younger sticks to what he knows.
A guy that dates just one lady and goes to marriage, and a guy that had body counts don't reach 50.
They want to go everywhere. They want to live
don't reach 50.
It's not in all cases.
You get the point. He must just cheat. So this waiting has disadvantage. See, this your 28 has disadvantages. Serious disadvantages.
More advantages for me.
They say too much of everything is bad. You're waiting for exposure.
Settled. You're already exposed.
Wait.
And then you know exactly what you want. The issues we are having. No, the issues we are having right now with most marriages is because people get into the marriages without discovering themselves, without knowing what they want, and then you see young children getting married, and then
discovery is an unending process.
But at least at that age, it is a bit stable. That's what I'm trying to say, which gives you more advantage when you get married.
Constitutionally, according to the Nigerian Constitution, discovery is 18 years. Am I right? 18 years now.
That's when you're adult.
You are meant to know everything. You understand? See, at 18, if you want to marry, according to the Nigerian Constitution, you are liable.
You can never know everything.
See, if you have the resources,
at 28,
if you feel you want to marry at the age of 18,
you know more. You're supposed to know more at that age because you're spent more years.
And you're waiting to reach 28, 32 before you discover yourself.
Exactly.
So, question.
You want to discover more.
And you're knowing more. Is it not from going into one relationship or the other?
Yes. And then you know exactly what you want.
So why don't you save yourself all that stress before 28 and just settle down early?
You're knowing yourself.
Why?
Do you know that?
Because it saves you the stress of having to know more from multiple places.
You get the point.
So when you now get to know more in the marriage and then it's question issues between you and your partner, what do you do in the relationship?
You can know all you want and it will still cause issues. Somebody told me one time that.
But that's another one.
You can be 28 and you know everything and you're still having
that age because you've ticked almost all your boxes. Let me not say all, almost all your boxes, and then you get to settle down. Your partner is matured enough to know that this is what we want. We're laying everything on the table. This is what we want. This is how we want to do it. This is the plan we want to make. But at the younger you're going, you don't even really know what love is. You don't even really know what marriage is. For most of them, I'm not saying there are very few.
Do you know what I see? Do you know what I see from what you're saying?
Few cases.
All I see is you looking at the younger one.
You get the point. It will shock you to know that somebody will say that he had his first heartbreak at the age of 14. First heartbreak.
Why are you encouraging adolescents?
No, we are talking of discovery. We are talking of discovery.
No, we are not talking.
No, I'm not even talking of.
Those are adolescents. Nothing is supposed to concern them with relationship.
Get my point. You understand? But they are doing it. We can't shy away from the fact that they are doing it. We are talking about discovery here. You understand? They are already discovering themselves. You said they don't know love. Somebody will tell you that, okay, I was heartbroken when I was 14 years old.
Even though their definition of heartbreak,
Marsh, do you really think a person at 14, do you really think a person at 14 knows what true love is?
No. Don't they know pain?
Or who knows what marriage is?
Wait.
You understand?
They know pain. They don't even know true pain. That's just the truth. But the fact that they know pain doesn't mean that they know what true love is.
Are you for real?
I can agree with
they
him
don't know
that
true
they
pain.
have most likely experienced heartbreak, but their definition of heartbreak as at that time is completely different. It might just be a boy that you send letter to, did not respond to the letter.
But the thing is, everything metamorphoses. Okay. You understand? That's the process of discovery we are talking about here.
Yeah, of course.
It happens. You understand? And then it grows. It's progression. You get. I'm not saying that they are liable to marry. You understand? Right? But we are just talking about discovery here. It starts way back before we even begin to think of it. You understand? 14, 15, and thereabout, before you fully discover yourself. That's why they tell you at 18, you're supposed to know all these things already, constitutionally. And I'm here hearing I have to wait till 28.
Self-discovery
you understand
does
my
not
point?
End. Do you understand? Self-discovery does not end. But at that age, do you understand? At 28 to 32, do you understand? You've discovered yourself more. And then you don't have to wait till you're older. That's why I am giving that timeline. Because for me, 28 downwards is actually younger. 28 to 30 is actually
know that
for who now?
For both of them.
Do you know?
So younger. If
for
he's both
like,
of them.
Let's say he's 5-6 years older than she is, and he's 32. You know that it means he has to wait for her to turn 28 according to your logic, and by that time he will not be 32 anymore. So he's out of the window that you have.
Yes.
There is no perfect timeline to me.
So this is you indirectly saying that
there is a perfect timeline.
Most gaps that should be between a husband and the wife should be 4 years.
Yes.
Wow.
That's the gap.
Yes.
4 years.
Yes.
Also, another thing is that readiness in to marriage also depends on the parents. Take for instance listen. Yes. If a child grows up in a home where the mother and the father are wonderful couples, are wonderful parents, like they show the example of what marriage should be like, there is a tendency for the child to grow up to want to go into marriage quickly because of the examples that he has seen his parents lay down. So there are some children who grew up seeing their parents in a turbulent home and they don't desire marriages at all. So that's why, that's why I said some. That's why I said some. That's why I said some. But for me, I do not agree from that 28. I believe people can get married early.
I know, I agree.
You can get married early.
I don't think that they should be.
Marry early call. No. Does that mean I'm late? I don't know. I need to be asking these guys these questions. Does that mean I am late to get married? I could as well just forfeit it. All right, T-Fam, you know what it is. Learn, understand, and pick up something. Know when to get married. If you're a guy and you're still not doing what you've said, you need to retrace your steps and get back on track. You know what I'm saying? All right, so don't you go nowhere. It is till next time. Until next time, we'll see you. Have a great time.